let's get into business. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the show. Eavesdropping on our conversation. Today we're going to talk about Pluribus that just dropped on Apple TV. They're changing the name to just Apple TV. They're dropping the plus, I heard.
And the logo is like a gradient now instead of just black and white.
Yeah,
Like
they changed the logo up.
Warm ambient gradient color.
And they have like they have this new logo animation that apparently was done with no CGI. It was just done with real cameras and stuff. I don't know what they used. Like I think different like colors of glass and things like that.
Did they sneak this up on us, or was there like an announcement this was coming?
I think they snuck it up, just like they usually sneak up the price hikes.
Yeah, this was
like you read it in a tweet and you're like, oh.
Yeah, I was going through my Roku, like looking for Apple TV on the main menu, and I couldn't find that at first, and it was because it was that different color. I was looking for something black and white.
Oh, they changed the icon? That I didn't know.
Yeah, that's the logo I'm talking about.
Oh, that's cool. Okay. I meant the logo like when you see one of their shows, the branding comes up.
Oh, yeah, it's probably the same thing. But I guess if you could just like go to like the YouTube Apple TV channel, you'll see it there.
Yeah, I want to start with some breaking news because I was literally on my phone a few minutes before this and I read that Alien got picked up for season 2, Alien Earth. So we're talking about
weeks, man. That ended at least a month ago.
Yeah, I mean, they must have been going back and forth, but the way that show ended, we're talking about like, if we don't get a season 2, then what the hell? I just wasted my all these hours.
I just saw Predator Badlands, and they definitely had some tie-ins with like synths and Alien and different skulls. So they had some tie-ins. They had like Wayland Corporation. Yeah, they were studying like the aliens on that planet, like dangerous aliens. Predator Badlands, by the way, dope.
Before you jump into that, Paul,
they've been on a run.
I just want to get your Paul. You weren't a big fan of Alien Earth, were you?
No, I didn't like how it ended. I thought it was like it dragged a lot, and I didn't like the kids and all that. It was okay, but
like the whole show.
I think that's the unanimous thing, that it was okay.
Yeah, it was okay. I'm glad it's back. And then The Lowdown also got a season 2 renewal. So just recommend that show again. Go check it out. I don't know what they're gonna do with The Lowdown, because it's not like one of those kinds of shows. I guess maybe they can hire Ethan Hawke's character, like maybe some guys like, hey, my wife is missing, I need you to find her kind of season, but I don't know what they'll do with that.
That's on my next to watch. After you mentioned it, I got that next to watch.
Check that out. And then the right now to watch, I think, is Pluribus, hands down. I was so hyped when I was watching the show because it was not what I was expecting. And just like broad, wide angle view, I freaking love the show. I think it's so freaking cool and like has me like on like 100% focused watching this. How did you guys?
They didn't reveal too much during those teasers, right? It was just like, I didn't read up about it. I just saw those couple teasers, and I was like, okay, this is gonna be weird or different. And
what did you guys think about that? Like, you release you have a show coming up. It's 2 seasons, by the way. They picked up 2 seasons, and you just kind of release these little piecemeal teasers that don't really make any sense. Normally a show is like from the creator of Breaking Bad, starring here's a show about this.
That's great. I don't think anyone expected what they saw in the premiere. Unless you like really like read up on it and like knew about it.
I think whoever who's in the know knows it's Vince Gilligan.
Yep. Gilligan's Island.
But they know, and he's got enough built up faith that people are going to trust it and try it out. So I think he'll have like an immediate following right away.
I mean, yeah, I was just speaking from like an Apple standpoint, like you're cool with us just dropping these like random obscure little pieces of video that are like 15 seconds each, teasing this show out with not telling the audience anything about it. Okay. It paid off, I guess. And I think this is going to be one of those shows, kind of like Severance, or maybe a little bit more underscored, where I would say in about a month and a half, everybody's going to be talking about this show. Like, when I say everybody, I don't mean like people like us who are like on, more on top of the scene, but like your friends' friends are going to be talking about this show. It's like that level of popularity, I think.
I did like it a lot. I gotta say one negative though, and this is just Vince Gillian, the way he shoots things. That one scene, getting that actress from wherever she was picking up bodies to the main character, Carol, was about 7 minutes or 8 minutes of the show.
Yeah.
Just
You're talking
silence,
about
right?
almost 1/6 of the episode is just her going from her whatever her current job was, but because she looked like the character on the book, to get her onto the plane dressed up and to Carol in dead silence. Like, it just drags sometimes, but that's just his thing. Like, he did that in Breaking Bad. He did that in Better Call Saul. Like, these mundane things of
He
like
did a
just
ton of
jumping on
that
the
in those series.
yeah. So, but that's my only gripe. Otherwise, like, there's so much like that we could talk about with this. I thought this was actually going to be the main topic because out of everything I've seen,
It is, bro.
I
This is the
think
main
this.
topic.
Oh, all right.
We going in. Just a counterpoint. That's what I love about the show, is the process. You're seeing it. It's not just like, let's get this person because it looks like someone that she has sort of a deep down connection to, and then she's in Albuquerque. It's like we see how the world operates. We see the wheels turning. We see like exactly what's going on. Even her like landing the plane, taking a shower, and then like, hey, Carol, you need some help? Here, have some water. Same thing with like Carol burying her partner. Like, we see that. We see her digging with the shovel and then picking the volcanic rocks with the axe, and then finally like the helicopter in a little machine to dig the hole. The process stuff, I like it because it helps illustrate the lore of the world that you're in and like how things move, and helps just really paint the picture. I really enjoy that kind of stuff.
Did you know about the lore with the name? Like what the name breaks down
Oh, no.
to? So
No, I still don't know.
pluribus, that comes from the Latin, like if you see on your dollar bill, e pluribus unum, and that means out of many one, which translates perfectly to what the show's all about. Now, what side of the fence do you guys fall on?
Yeah, I want to hear some theories. What do you guys?
Well, not just theories, but like your mentality. Like, do you side with Carol or do you side with damn, what's his name? The
With the homie?
Yeah, the extravagant guy that's flying around Air Force One.
It's so funny when they revealed him. I'm like, man, it had to be like some slimy dude to like name himself king of the world. Like, just order everything around, get everything he wants.
His name is Kumba, and I think he speaks French, but I'm not sure. He's not from France.
They said he's Mauritanian.
Okay, right, yeah. Let me just set up the show real quick, just in case people are like, what the hell is the show even about? So this is on the Wikipedia page, and we can sort of color in some of this. But the series follows Carol Sturka, who's like she's an author. She's kind of like, I don't know, a fiction author for like, writes books for like middle-aged
like
women.
romance novels and stuff.
Yeah,
romance novels set in like a fantasy pirate world. So she's one of only 13 people in the world immune to the effects of something called the joining, resulting in extraterrestrial virus that transformed the world's population into a peaceful, content hive mind. So the entire world population has like a collective conscience. They operate as one, kind of like a bee colony, I guess, but they share the thoughts. So if one person knows how to change a tire, everybody on Earth knows how to change a tire. If everyone knows how to fly a plane, everyone knows how to fly a plane. Everyone sees what each individual sees and hears and feels. So it's really, everybody is one sort of entity. It's very creepy. And, Paul, am I on like Carol's side, who's like a angry, I think she's like a former alcoholic or a current alcoholic. She drinks a lot on the show. I'm with her. I'd be a little bit guarded, to say the least.
She also, I don't know if they said about the other survivors, at least the ones she met in episode 3. But so far, I think she's the only one that had a traumatic like event where like her loved one died right in front of her. So that might make her more hostile than the others.
Absolutely. So some of the others have family members who are still alive, but again, like they're part of the hive mind. They're not there. I guess they're still part of. Some of that individual is still there, but not really. It's weird. But yeah, she immediately as this happens, like she loses her life partner. So she's dealing with that.
But they make her like an unlikable character. Like she's very abrasive. So even though she makes some good points at times, it's hard to be on her side just because of how she is, her character is. Now, Pedro, you gave a tell right away. Why'd you say that guy was slimy?
Just look at him, man. Look how he like literally kinged himself, king of the world.
But he didn't
got the like tacky pimp attire on. He's flying to Vegas. He's having sex with these like. At least that's what they inferred to. He's kind of like falling in love because he was sleeping with all these. Look at the way they introduce him on like the presidential Air Force One with like all these women like dressed provocatively, like serving him on the plane.
Is he the
guy? Right away, they want you to like
father from WWF.
Right away, they present him as like, oh man, this guy's gonna be trouble. This guy's gonna be a liability. So it's gonna be interesting to see the dynamic of if he's a recurring character and how he works with the others on the show.
That's funny because I think he's the same way as Carol, just on a different side of the coin. Because
he's taking advantage of everything.
He doesn't want to be
everyone.
I don't know if he's taking advantage though. Like he's just like making the most out of it. You know what I mean? Like I don't know. He has the same mentality as Carol though. Like he wouldn't want to be part of the hive mind. I don't think he'd sign up for it because right away he's like these people of the hive mind aren't allowed to kill anything, right? Yeah. They're not allowed to hurt anybody.
That was a great.
They're not allowed to hurt any feelings. So he's like already talking about like, what if I want steak? What if I want like fried chicken? What am I going to do? And they're like, no, we can't harm or hurt anything. And he's like, what if I kill it? Will you kill it? Will you cook it? And they're like, yeah. So I think he's just making the most. Like, I don't think he's a family man, right? I don't think he has.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's finding like loopholes and stuff to make his life like perfect and stuff.
He's embraced it.
But then what's to not say the other people aren't doing the same thing because they're embracing the hive mind family members that have already been taken over. So they're embracing that and they're utilizing it to their advantage as well. Carol's the only one who's like very standoffish and she's not embracing any of it.
Yeah, everyone else seems complacent. She's the sort of like it's all in her hands right now because she's the only one that's willing to fight for humanity the way it was before.
But if you've watched any movie show with this premise, that's how the characters act. That's how
and you can't trust like
the aliens.
The
pod.
But it's funny because out of the survivors that met up, it's only him and Carol that seem like really
because they're complete opposites.
They're opposites, but they're also on the same page where they wouldn't join the hive mind, where everybody else in that group seems like they would.
Yeah,
or they would highly consider it.
Yeah, they were asked, and I think one of them was saying that she wants to, that they offered it to her, and like they presented it in such a good way. Yeah.
But now you called him slimy, but they're right. They both like don't agree with what's going on. But look at what Carol did. She caused 11 million people to die. That was the other thing with this hive mind mentality. If you upset them emotionally, they kind of shut down, and because they all share one mind, they
like
cause other people to die.
So they're like Gen Z, right?
They
Just
can be
emotionally frail. You just break them
Yeah.
emotionally.
Well, like if they're like flying or driving or
Maybe
handling
that's a
heavy
metaphor that
machinery,
they're trying to
and
say.
and
Everyone's just.
I think there's tons of metaphors. I think there's definitely like an AI metaphor in here.
Oh yeah.
There's tons of different metaphors. Like some of their answers were totally like AI generated, like responses. It sounded like
Open-ended too.
Yeah.
And let's not forget, Vince Gilligan is this man worked on the X-Files. He did The Lone Gunman, which
Great
is
point.
like an underground cult favorite amongst people who are into conspiracies and stuff like that. So he's not afraid to put things into his work that
That's a great
calls
point.
out some things in society and stuff.
Before Breaking Bad or Calling Saul, he was embedded in sci-fi. So it's kind of like a little bit of his roots. So he's kind of going back to that. But it's funny. It's funny. Like, I don't know. I see what Carol's saying. I don't like some of the arguments she makes. And she makes herself very hard to agree with.
Yeah, but you have to consider, like, if an alien force or if a virus or something suddenly just takes over every single individual human, that's pretty hostile. And the way that they go about transmitting this virus, it's pretty aggressive. Like, they went to war with the military. They lost over, I think they said 800 million people.
890 million, died when they did the joining.
They were doing it peacefully until the military, and they didn't signify what entity did it, but the military started coming at them, and that's the only point that it got aggressive and people died.
But Paul,
they couldn't fight back.
It's not that they were doing it peacefully. Is that they do not give you an option. You are becoming one of them no matter what. There's no negotiation here.
And that's what I like about this. That's what I like about this show so far. We're 3 episodes in, and like my feelings towards this whole situation changes from episode to episode. And I think they're doing a great job in showing that, like, wait, there's this perspective. Look at it from this perspective. Look at it from this perspective,
Yeah.
One thing,
like in the pilot episode, the first thing you do is just like hate these people, obviously, like, oh, they took over the world, and it's. But
then they make a lot.
By episode 3, you hear these other people's opinions, and you hear about how there's no murders, there's no wars, nobody's in prison, and it's
they
like,
release the animals out of the zoos.
Is the world perfect? Is standing still perfectly right now?
Yeah, well, we don't know what, and this show reminded me immediately of a Twilight Zone episode called "To Serve Man." I don't know if you guys have seen that, but basically the premise is that aliens come to Earth. They offer humanity basically everything. To the point where humanity kind of like disarms itself because they just feel complete utopia and peace. And then you realize at the end that the aliens are here to eat all the entire human race. So it reminded me of that, and not that that's what's going to happen here, but what is the motive of the hive ultimately? What's
that's the beauty of it. You don't know what's going to happen. My when I started watching this, it has to have some influence from these because it reminded me of it. But They Live.
Oh, 100%.
They Live, and there was this movie, and I think it was the late 80s, early 90s, this series called the series, where it's like this reptilian alien species that looks exactly like humans come to Earth. I think they did a remake of the series a couple years back. But yeah, it reminded me
they did.
Instantly of those two things, where like you have an alien species embedded on Earth, and you can't tell who's who.
An
Invasion of the Body Snatchers.
Yes, Invasion of the Body Snatchers was the other one. So,
and you don't know if the people that are one of Hive Mind are even being manipulated from a whole different level. Like they might not know what the master plan is. This signal is from deep space, right? It was like 600 light years away, and it was broken down. It's like basically 4 lines of code that decoded into RNA, and it showed you the whole countdown to like the takeover, and now the countdown clock changed once the takeover happened, and it's how many days since the takeover. So they were testing in the lab this sequence that they got, and they broke it down into the RNA code. And then they got bit by a mouse and they got transmitted. But these hive mind people might think they're doing good, right? They might not know what's the real mastermind plan from these alien species that sent the signal over.
Yeah, they may
could be
not.
culling the earth. They could be culling the human race so they could take over easily, right? It could be like a virus where these people think they're doing good. No war, no animals imprisonment in zoos. Everything's copiatic, like no all peace. And they're just culling everyone on Earth. So then when the actual aliens do arrive, they could take over the human population like real quick.
Yeah, it could
because
be like
they're not going to fight back.
It could be a bioweapon before the actual invasion.
Yeah. It could be a bioweapon maintaining and doing their work. No one's getting hurt. It's a peaceful thing. You know, I'm not drinking the Kool-Aid. I'm just saying that Carol is like doing a bad job making a good argument, basically.
Yeah, I think she's stumbling all over the place. She's breaking a lot of things, but I think she's slowly figuring it out.
She's gonna get her shit together.
Yeah, it's an extremely disorienting position to be in. And I think she's gonna ultimately get it together. I'd say by the end of the second episode, when she gets off of the plane and goes to Kandu's plane, you know, I think that's a sign that, you know, she wants to be with people or around people, at least a little bit. You know, I don't know what her motivation is, but she felt and looked extremely lonely as she was leaving Spain.
See, I took it as that once she saw Zosia, is that her name? Getting on the plane, Kandu's plane, that's kind of what broke her, because Carol's a lesbian, right? So her partner died in the intro. The character in her book that's male was originally supposed to be a female character, right? That this is one of the questions that they asked her when the whole thing was going down, like someone on Twitter. So they brought Zosia to look like the character, but changed her to female instead of being the male character. So I think she's starting to get feelings for her. So when she saw her going onto the plane, she was like, oh, hell no, I got to stop this, because she kind of wants her back.
Could be. Yeah.
And Pedro made a good point where it's like every part of the episode, you start seeing these like conflicting point of views, and you start questioning, like, you know, the Indian mother with the child. And like, you're like, of course, if my child was alive, and even like if my child had the hive mind, that would still be my child. That's still my daughter or whatnot, right? But then Carol makes a great argument. It's like, well, you know, he's also a gynecologist. He's also the prime minister. It's like, and then she makes that fact like in her bitchy way that then makes her unlikable, because then she's asking him gynecologist questions to answer in front of his mother, which is fucked up.
Yeah, I think she's trying to sort it out. She's trying to basically make others see what she sees, but everyone who is still human has had their own experiences, right? These are all individuals from all over the world who are brought together so they can just meet each other for the first time, because prior to that, they were just isolated in their corners of the world as the only surviving human beings not infected with the hive mind.
And these aren't the only ones. There's more. These are only the ones that speak English.
These are the ones that speak English. Yeah.
I wanna just point out, and like, I'm glad that, you know, this show is telling you what's going on as the show is happening. You know, in every episode, I'm glad it's not one of those shows that just doesn't answer anything until like the last episode of the season, and then they only answer a little bit and leave it for like the next season. You know, I'm glad they're not playing that game and just laying it out and explaining everything that's happening, so you're aware and, you know, you can form your own opinion. I appreciate that. Not too many shows do that anymore.
Everything you might ask as a viewer, the main character asks. which is great. So you get that kind of all out of the way. Even like, what's your ultimate goal here? And they're like, we don't know. But they did say that they are working on a way to transmit the hive mind virus or whatever it is to her. But they even go out of their way to say, we don't know what this is. We don't even
They
know.
even said they're a few months away from it, so they're actively pursuing it.
They're actively pursuing, because again, it's very aggressive the way they want to, maybe it's one of those things where they have to get every member of the human race plugged in to complete whatever they need to complete. So if there's like 11 or 12 missing, they can't finish the job or whatever.
Yeah, and she seems to be the only one that has this kind of like ability to kill them off. By pushing them or getting them angry or whatever she's doing.
It's just when she loses, control.
Yeah.
She's a very angry person.
So they're actively, you would think they want to actively pursue her and control her to stop her from doing that, because right now she might be the only one that can stop them.
Yeah.
But
yeah, you can stop them pretty easily.
They can't do that to her.
I do like that the show is legit funny. There's a lot of funny scenes. Number one, like all of the hive mind people are extremely pleasant, and just like when you hear 20 people in the chorus like say, "Hi Carol, how are you?" You can't help but in like a cheery mode. And there was a great scene where she's trying to get a guy who's like stuck up in the air in one of those transformer kind of like vehicle
cherry
things.
picker things. Those comedic like pauses and like moments are great. They just spicing on the show.
How great is it now? Like we watched the teaser, right, where that lady was like licking the donuts, and to me, like when I first
get an
saw
answer to what that was.
Yeah, and like when I saw the teaser initially, I was like, "Oh, here's a Karen," and she's just like being vindictive and whatnot. And then you see it now in the true context, and you're like, "Wow, there is a linkage here to Better Call Saul and Breaking Bad, and it's the airplane that Carol flies." And that's the same plane.
The donuts too, right? They said the donut box.
Yeah, probably the donuts from Saul. Yeah, so like little like linkage to like his.
I mean, it takes place in the same place. It's New Mexico, so maybe.
But it's definitely not connected. He like Vince Gilligan already said, like it's not connected.
Yeah, no way. I don't want it to be that kind of. We don't need to marvelize everything. This does not need a connection.
The blue meth is not causing the singularity.
There were a couple really dope scenes for me, particularly I really like the one that you called out, Paul, about just like this woman going from carrying bodies to the moment she was called up basically to go see Carol, and you see her whole journey. I love the scene when the virus kind of hits and infects everyone and they're at the bar, and Carol is the only one that isn't impacted, and she's like trying to carry her girlfriend's body onto the back of the pickup, and then she can't, and then she has to go inside through like a bunch of people having seizures or whatever to find the keys. Like that scene was so freaking cool because it's like intense panic, fear, funny, a lot of great scenes like that really sort of stitched together well what the tone of the show. Really cool stuff.
That pilot episode, like that, like left it like jaw drop moment for me after that finished, because I'm like, damn, this is one of the best like series premieres I've seen in a long time.
Yeah,
it was just like it got me interested right away. It's just like things were answered right away, and just curiosity and just so different, it got me. I'm like, damn, this is one of the best series premieres I've ever seen.
I agree. I think Vince Gilligan is an extremely underrated, maybe he's not underrated, but I don't think people see him this way as just like an incredible director. Like he brings the movie quality to television, and he did that with both Breaking Bad, and he went like a level up in Better Call Saul for me personally. I thought the directing in that series was insanely good. And you see a lot of that here too. Like the shot composition, the sequences that they put together, it's next level stuff that you're not used to seeing on TV. Pedro, you said 3 episodes out, but it's 2, right? Yeah. It's going to be a 9-episode campaign with then season 2 locked in.
Yeah.
My mistake. Yeah, it was a 2-episode premiere.
Like open-ended question, I guess, but like where does this season 1 kind of go from here?
I don't know, but I'm upset you told me that there's going to be a season 2. I'm just like, every show I see now, I'm just like, can it just be one season? Can it just
Yeah,
be
I
one
think
season?
this one, Apple does that. Apple does, they'll give shows like
They pick it up really fast,
yeah,
and then
they
they
pick it up
give it a chance
fast.
to breathe, because it's like, all right, now you're not going to get full closure.
And I think if I would be really disappointed if I learned that this was just a single season show. I think I would be pretty bummed out.
I think this concept needs more to gel than one season, especially if it's only 9 episodes.
Especially if we're going to space in season 5.
Yeah, I hope not. This is going to end before the end of the year. It's going to end December 26th. So, right after Christmas. Damn.
Yeah. Yep. I'm just looking at like, yeah. So episode 1 is the invasion, and then episode 2 is when she meets again. They, to your point, Pedro, of them just answering questions. In episode 1, they said there's 11 more people. In episode 2, we meet those people, because that's I was thinking this is going to be season 1 where she goes out and tries to find these people and connect with them, but they give you that immediately. So you get confronted with every question, every doubt, anything you might have. The show already thought of that. So that's why I'm like, where's the show going now? Where's it? Because they answer everything I'm thinking of already. Like, got him.
How did none of us choose this for our draft picks, man?
I did.
Oh, this is one of the shows you chose?
Yeah, this is the show I chose.
Oh, you're gonna win
Yeah.
with this, bro. This thing is like, I just looked at Rotten Tomatoes. It's got 100% and 82%. On IMDb, it's got an 8.9 out of 10. It's like unanimously, as of right now, it's unanimous. Everyone loves this show. And like you said, it's gonna blow up by like midway through the season. Like everyone's probably gonna be talking about this.
Yeah. I'm glad. I wasn't like, I didn't think it was going to be as good as it is, or I didn't think I was going to enjoy it as much as I do. But just given like who's involved,
yeah, dang, that's it, man. You got the big one.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm excited for the show. I think this is going to be the new kind of it show for a while.
It's funny that Apple TV has this and Severance, and they're both like the like weird, like you don't know what's going on, a lot of unanswered things, just like type of show, you know?
Yeah.
So it's funny that they have both of them on the same service. Interesting.
Yeah, two massive shows on their service. Not much else, but these two massive
like that whole mystery, like it keeps bringing you back. Like I want more answers.
Yeah.
Like that type of show. Those only come around once in a while, and they got both of them.
They got both of the rabbit hole series.
The problem though is I hope it doesn't overextend its welcome. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, it's good to have season 2. Same thing with Severance. Like, once you start answering a lot of these questions and you start creating new questions, I think that's when it starts. Like, Lost had the same conflict. Lost had some great initial questions, some okay like answers, and then it just started creating more questions that didn't need. And I think Severance is kind of falling down that same loophole. Like, it's just creating more questions that we don't need.
At the end of this season, Severance started.
It fell off.
Have these great concepts, they need to be short-lived and then answered and then cut off, and that's it. If you keep just creating more questions to answer, it kills it. It just drags it out. It like you lose interest. You can't do that.
I trust it just because I know Vince Gilligan has had years and years. He's been working on this show. And he seems like pretty brilliant guy. But yeah, I get your point. Like, this is not something that I can see going like more than 3 seasons.
Unless, like you said, we're going to their planet. That's when we go call skip.
And I think the mistake that Severance made, number one, it didn't answer anything up front, so it kept pulling on your coattails a little bit. It kept stringing
on the initial question,
Yeah,
like they keep that initial question lingering, like dangling a carrot over you.
Yeah, and this one was just very upfront. Um, and maybe it's not about the whole alien or virus thing. Maybe it's just Carol's journey inside of that, and we don't even answer many of those questions. I don't really know.
For
But
for our draft, only you and Scott chose, I think, TV shows, and I think you're well head and shoulders above Tulsa King season 3.
are we looking on
Pluribus.
Tulsa King season 3?
Might be
All I
going
know is
down week by week.
every time I looked up Tulsa, it got another 2 points on there. It was creeping up.
Damn.
It was creeping up.
You also have Running Man though. That might bring down.
That's gonna bring me up.
I don't know.
I already
I'm
bought my
hearing,
tickets for Friday. I'm gonna go.
I'm seeing it Thursday. I'm hearing that it's not like
Really?
I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I don't know.
Okay, because I heard it's awesome. I heard it's like one of the best action. It's Edgar Wright. He knows what he's doing. Like that's the thing. I put my faith in the creator. I like his movies, so I was gonna pick that anyway. And then that main actor, I can't remember his name yet, but he's great. He's great too. So
He was just in the oh my gosh,
he was in the Tornado movie.
Tornado movie, but he was
Twisted.
also in the football, the Peyton Manning, where Eli Manning dressed up as like he put like prosthetics on him and did a college walk on, and they were like, and then he looked mad goofy, and then he started slinging the ball, and they were like, "Yo, who's that dude with the arm? He looks mad goofy, but who is he?" They did a whole show on that.
Wait, an actual show? Are you talking about Chad?
Oh, what would you say?
Is it Chad or something? Or
yeah, it's oh damn, he's got a weird name, Chad.
Yeah, that show's wildly popular, right?
It was fun. I saw it. It was pretty funny. The Glenn Powell you're thinking of.
Yeah, Glenn Powell.
Chad Powers. Chad Powers.
That's what it is, Chad Powers. Oh, I didn't know he was involved with that. I don't know what that's about, but I heard about it.
It's pretty funny. It's on Hulu if you guys get a chance. It's funny. It's like a quick 20 minutes. It's only 6 episodes.
Okay.
But it's basically like a disgraced college football player, and he's trying to like make a comeback. And his dad works in prosthetics, like for Hollywood.
Oh, like so Juana Man.
Yeah, but yeah, and then so he puts the prosthetics on, and he does a walk on college, and like, it's pretty funny. It's pretty funny. But this guy's like all over the place, man. Glenn Powell, man.
Just to wrap up, check out Pluribus. You're gonna talk about it at Thanksgiving with your somebody's gonna bring it up. What else you guys want to cover?
Wait, hold up. Who saw Begonia?
I saw Begonia. It's been Pedro, a while though.
What did you think? Like just high level. No, like we don't have to go into depth in it.
I mean, it's a pretty spoiler, Pedro. I don't know if you want to do earmuffs for this or if you don't care.
Okay.
Pedro's out. Okay. I really enjoyed Begonia. I'm a huge Emma Stone fan. I just think she's great in everything. I'm a fan of that director as well. He mostly does really cool stuff. I thought it was great. I thought the plot twist was awesome and hilarious. And I didn't really know what the message was though. Like, you know, because you have this conspiracy theorist who is clearly like a stereotype of somebody who just goes down the internet rabbit hole. And those people are usually full of shit and they're played for fools. But he was right. So I don't know what message that really sends. I don't know what, you know, Yorgos was really thinking, but I thought it was a great movie and great performances from everybody.
Yeah, I liked it. I was pleasantly surprised by the ending. Kind of like sad that human race isn't worth saving. And it's funny, like every transition of the next chapter, like the view of the Earth got a little more clear as it transitioned out, and then you saw the flat Earth theory was correct.
Yeah.
So Yorgos, he did a great job with this. I did like it. Emma Stone's great. Speaking of Breaking Bad, Jesse Plemons.
Yeah, he's great too, man.
He did great. But yeah, okay. I just wanted to get your feedback on it.
Yeah, I love that, and I can't wait to get Pedro's take on this. I don't know if it's I don't know where this is going to stream. It's still in theaters, but we'll revisit it.
Pedro, you're like you're an Alien and a Predator fan, right?
Yes, sir. Although Predator, I haven't really been a fan of that for a long time.
But you saw Prey, right? And then you saw like Killer of Killers.
Yeah. Prey was great. That was like I think that was the boost the franchise needed to bring it back into the fold. And they've done the AVP movies before, so we already know that there's a connection between the two. And I think it's cool that they're tying these two franchises in.
And
seeing how they're both having their moments in the past year or two.
Yeah, Alien Romulus. I didn't like Alien Earth, but I did like Alien Romulus a lot. I think you might like this. The only thing I don't like is that they make you empathetic for the Predator. And so when they do the next one, I don't know how they're going to take away that empathy. But if you get a chance when it streams, I would definitely check out Predator Badlands. I saw it today. It was pretty good.
What did you guys think of Predators? I don't know who this director is, Nimrod Antel, but it's with Alien Brody, Topher Grace.
Oh,
you guys remember that movie where they're like on a prisoner island?
I thought it was pretty good. I like the concept.
Pretty good, yeah.
It was funny how Topher Grace was the actual Predator.
Oh yeah.
But it was good. Did you guys see Frankenstein?
I did see Frankenstein.
No, not yet. I forgot that came out this weekend.
Oh, damn. What did you think of it, Bruno? Did you like it?
I'm not super into Del Toro's like romanticism of monsters. I didn't like what's the other one with the water guy?
That was a Lady in the Water.
The love of
the one with
that was the lady in the water was
no, that was M. Night. That's an M. Night movie.
No.
But I thought Frankenstein I thought it was good, actually. I thought it was good. I really liked the chapter that focused on the monster. And just like learning how he came to be, how he survived out in the wild, how he cared for this and protected this old man who was blind and took him in and kind of taught him how to read and love the world and kind of find himself. He was tortured because, he's basically invincible. He's like Wolverine. He can't really die. And he's like tortured by that. But again, it's like these very sensitive introvert monsters that Del Toro creates. And I'm not super into that idea. It's overtly like the human is the real monster kind of the whole time, which he does a lot of too. I still liked it though. I thought it was pretty dope to look at. I thought a lot of the like scientific work that Oscar Isaac's character was doing when he was like researching how to like reanimate the human body, I thought that looked sick. It was like chopping up bodies and like plugging shit in. Pretty cool.
It was Shape of Water.
Shape of Water, yeah. I didn't really like that movie. Like I liked it, I respected it, but it's like I just didn't like how it made me feel because I was like, I just want like I don't know, something different. I think.
I think
was it better than De Niro's Frankenstein?
Yo, I didn't even. Did he do a Frankenstein?
Was it better than that? That's the big question.
De Niro Frankenstein?
Yeah, Mary Shelley's Frankenstein. You ever seen that one?
Nah, is that an SNL?
Oh yeah, you're right. SNL skit. Mary Shelley's Frankenstein. Yeah, you're right. No,
that's a really good movie.
Oh, I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. Is it better than that?
It's better than this. I think I saw this back in the day.
Are you talking about the OG one?
Yeah, I like this one. I think
no, you're talking about, I'm sure it's better than this. I've never seen this, but I've never heard of this. It gotta be better than this. I gotta watch this. We might need to do this.
Yeah, you need to watch that, bro.
We might need to. Yo.
It's a 90s classic.
I almost forgot about De Niro Frankenstein.
How did De Niro bury this movie? Because I have not heard about this movie in years. He buried this.
Andrew Garfield was supposed to be the monster originally, and then he had to back out because he had another project. This kid Jacob, that did The Creature, I think he did a good job. I think Oscar Isaac did a good job. I think this is the guy to do this kind of movie. I like Del Toro's take on horror.
Yeah.
And you know what I really love about this whole thing is that Netflix gave him the money to do, because I don't think other studios would have let him do his vision of Frankenstein. And that's the one good thing too about like Netflix.
Wait, why not? He's like one of the 5 directors.
He tried to shop this around, and Frankenstein is like open IP, and he shopped it around, and nobody
couldn't do it.
No, so Netflix gave him the money. They trusted his vision, and they let him do his thing, and they released it in theaters. I like this kind of like.
But he's had a deal with Netflix for like his past 3 movies. Like he did Pinocchio, I think, for Netflix. He did that movie set in Mexico. I can't remember the name. That was incredible for Netflix as well.
But I like that they trusted. They gave him money. They let him do his thing. I think it was a pretty good movie. It was like very visually stunning.
Yeah.
And I love like his idea behind it. I hope they do more like this. I think if Netflix keeps this cycle of like, letting directors do their own thing, give them the budget, and then doing a theatrical release and letting it be like out there for like a week or two, and then put it on streaming. Like, what's wrong with that? We're almost getting to that point already with other movies where if the movie's not good
it's
anyway,
almost at that point anyway.
It's like 3 weeks in the theater, 4 weeks, and then it's straight streaming. So what's the difference of Netflix putting it out there for 2 weeks?
They don't want you to go to the theater. They want you to sit at home and watch on Netflix. Like that's the whole thing. Like they don't want anybody to go to the movies. They want you to watch their shit on their platform.
But I think now they're starting, because this is like already like the 2nd or 3rd movie that they're starting to release.
Yeah, it's like a trend now.
More broadband on these theaters. They realized the money they lost with K-pop, right? K-pop. Now they did it with Frankenstein. I think little by little they're starting to do it more and more.
Well, they do it for the Oscar qualification, because if they don't do it, the movie doesn't qualify for the Oscar. So there's certain films that they will put out in theaters, and I think it's also some of the directors really do want their movies out in theaters, and they negotiate that as part of the deal.
But I think Frankenstein was one of their biggest like wide releases, because I saw it in a lot of theaters around here.
Yeah, they do it with their bigger
Yeah, I think they did with Glass Onion too. When that came out. Yeah. But yeah, I'm glad you liked it. I thought it was coming out of the theater. I saw it with my wife. We both loved it. It's anytime, like there's certain directors that even though their movies don't always hit with me, like I need them to keep doing what they do, because it's just like such a unique experience. And this is one of those guys.
And if they want to be serious, like in consideration to buy Warner Brothers, I think
I hope they cannot buy Warner Brothers. That would be the death of
that's right. I forgot. Cinema. I shared that with you guys.
And look, they have a lot of money, right? But if they just throw it on streaming, then it's going to crush Warner Brothers. But if they open up the opportunity to have directors do their vision and throw it in the theater, I think it might not be horrible compared to like, some of these other studios grabbing up Warner Brothers. Like I wouldn't want it. Like imagine a Disney. I mean, they can't do it because of monopoly reasons, but imagine Disney grabbed Warner Brothers or something like that. Or what's that other studio that had James Bond?
AMC, and that's basically Amazon. I don't know if Amazon wants to buy anything. They haven't done anything with the properties they keep buying. They make trash, and I don't know if being a monopoly, like with this administration, not to get political, but I just feel like if you have favor with the president, like monopoly, no monopoly, like the deal's just going to get made. But I don't want it to go to Netflix just because I know their interests are not in theaters and having that experience. What I hope happens is that either an independent investment firm buys it. I don't know who has the money for it, because it's such a huge fucking Titanic size ship.
Do we know why they're trying to sell? Like, are they in that?
They're splitting it up. They're splitting up, like, I think
splitting it up.
They're breaking it into pieces. So it's like Paramount right now is the big contender, and I hope Paramount doesn't get it.
They just want Warner Brothers, Discovery, and HBO to be separate then.
The problem is, like, they have streaming, they have their catalog, they have current rights. It's a lot of different components. Yeah, studios.
Like they own, like that's the thing. Like Warner Brothers is a major film studio. They put out a lot of movies and produce a ton of movies for theaters. So
yeah, you
want to keep that.
When you hear Warner Brothers, you think movie theater releases first and foremost.
Yes. And then you have the other properties that they can sell off. They can sell off the DC stuff. They can sell off HBO stuff. Like HBO can be sold and just live as like a little channel in. But I don't know. Like,
That's
are you
the
gonna
jewel in the crown, though. That's the
Well,
jewel in the crown. That's what
are you
people are
gonna
going
like?
for. It's that
Yeah,
HBO catalog.
but what are you gonna do? Like open up Netflix and then go to the HBO tab inside of Netflix? That they're not gonna do that, and they're not
But
gonna dilute the content by
It's
just
getting
putting it on
it's
Netflix. It's gonna be
that
worthless.
this is where things are heading, bro. It's getting to that point. It's like
But
when you
see,
opened up Disney Plus
I
and
don't
you
know
can
if they would buy
select
that
Hulu
parcel.
or you can select Marvel or you can select this. It's just ridiculous. I don't like it either. But you know what you just said about you open up Netflix and go to HBO Max, like this is where it's getting.
It's
This is
weird.
how
Like I get to your point. Like it would be cool if maybe someone buys them and they treat it like Hulu. Hulu exists as its own thing, but it's owned by Disney. So maybe if Netflix or Paramount or whoever buys it, it could still exist as a separate entity just under the ownership of whoever buys it. But like it just needs to have autonomy, I feel like. Like HBO is a brand, and if you just take the catalog and just put all those titles on Netflix, you're gonna dilute that. It's gonna be over.
and most of HBO's content is Warner Brothers content. You know, their
But
movies are Warner Brother movies that they
But
put
that's
on
what I'm
that
saying.
platform, and they lose that. Like, there's
Yeah.
very little left to, you know. The reason I like HBO is because it's premium, like movie theater quality movies that they release on there, and you know they got the whole Warner Brothers catalog, just like
Well, but that's Warner
Hulu
Brothers.
has the Fox catalog, the 20th Century Fox catalog, and
But HBO would just be basically the shows that they produce. It would be Game of Thrones, Task.
Yeah.
That's HBO. Everything else, the movies, that's Warner Brothers. That would go
Yeah.
somewhere
So
else.
what's gonna happen? It's just gonna be a show now. Like it's gonna go back to being a channel with just TV shows.
Yeah.
And then it's gonna cost them to get
gonna
rights
be
to
Hulu.
movies on there, because they're gonna have to get movies from everywhere now, not just from.
No, but they
Warner.
wouldn't. They wouldn't be a movie platform. They would just be kind of like Hulu. Like everything that's on Hulu is just Hulu. They produce their own stuff, or FX. You know, it would just be like FX, but more premium. So you'd get all your Game of Thrones, but they're not making movies for the theaters. You know, they're just making shows. But it depends how they split it up.
That's what I'm talking about. Like, I don't think like if Netflix bought it, they would have the catalog and they would just throw the HBO catalog on Netflix. I think it would be more like the rights to the studios and the current projects, things like that. The catalog might go to someone else. The shows might go to someone else. You know what I mean? Parceling it out. I don't think it would just be a one wholesale. I think they're trying to parcel out their streaming portion, their current studio rights, and all that other stuff to different parts. I would love if Netflix got like maybe their current rights, like you know their movies and things like that, not their catalog, because like you said, it would just dilute itself. It would be self cannibalism. Like you go on there and just to go to HBO Max, like that would be so stupid.
Right. Yeah.
But if they could give money to like directors and stuff, then to do their own like visions, then that would be like, you know.
Yeah, we'll see. I don't know the latest. I know it's Apple TV was apparently involved, or Apple was involved. You know, it's just, yeah, I don't know what's going to happen. You know, what I want is, you know, a diverse space of content where you can go and there's plenty of competition and creative ambition and motivation to like make good stuff, put it in theaters, versus consolidation, which just, you know, prices go up and choices go down, basically. So we'll see what happens. It's a big fucking buy. That thing is worth billions. What else?
Should we move on to the other big premiere, Derry, on HBO Max?
Yo, what's up with Derry?
Welcome to Derry.
I got mixed feelings.
Welcome to Derry.
I got lots of mixed feelings with this property.
Yeah, like I want to like it so much that I do, but then if I think about it hard enough, I'm like, do I? Like, is it the right thing? Should I like this? What do you guys think about it so far?
I agree with you. It's not the greatest thing in the world. You want to like it a lot. I think I mean, I'm enjoying it. I'm caught up all 3 episodes.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, me too.
I think it's a very cinematic experience for a series. I think it follows the movie's paths with like these like ragtag team of like young kids, and I love any movie that follows like groups of kids like going on adventures and stuff.
With bicycles.
Yeah, that like take place like at a certain like era, you know, like the 60s or 80s or whatever.
So it's like Stranger Derry.
Yeah, 100% Stranger Derry vibes. Like
Yep.
a lot of Stranger Derry vibes.
Yeah, it feels like the same premise as Stranger Things, but in a different era, combined with like A Nightmare on Elm Street.
Yeah, especially episode 3.
Have the dream sequences. Yeah.
What my big question is, do I want an It origin story? Like, do I want to know where this guy comes from? I don't know if I want that, you know? And I know Stephen King is not.
Or did you want it in a movie instead of a series, you know?
I don't know, man. I don't know if
you
I
want
want
a
it
third
at all.
movie to make it a trilogy.
Well, because the 2 movies are basically the book. And if Stephen King didn't write an origin, then there's no origin, right? Because he wrote the stuff. He's still alive. He could write an origin story. He's not involved with the show. This guy's just, I don't know who the creator is, but he's doing his thing. He's not doing a bad thing. But I'm like, if you're going to give this guy an origin, I don't know, man. I'm like a little nervous about that.
The creator is Muschietti, Andy Muschietti. He's the same one who did Flash.
Oh, that's a huge red flag.
The recent Flash movie?
Yeah.
The recent, I thought that was okay. I liked it. I thought that was a decent movie.
Nah, you did?
Yeah, I mean, I like the concept. I like the idea behind it. I thought it was pretty good. He also did Electric State. He was a producer on Electric State.
Horrible.
That was a good movie.
Yeah.
That was a good movie.
Bro, that thing
Electric
bombed.
State? Yeah, I did not like Electric State.
No, we went over that. That was okay.
Electric State is one of the big failures in Netflix history.
Yeah.
What else did he do? But all right, I don't want to dunk on the guy. I like the show. You know, the show is cool. The visuals, all the practical stuff looks sick. Like that bedroom scene where the girl's mom she's like in a beating heart all of a sudden, and she gets out, and then the mom, that thing was crazy. So I love that part of it. The first 2 episodes, I was thinking, is this just like a long movie? Because it feels exactly like a long movie. And then the 3rd episode, or the end of the 2nd even, they kind of pivot a little bit into the direction it's going in.
Yeah, the first 2 episodes seemed like they were a continuation of each other.
Yeah, but it's just like kids talking about what happened, something scary happens. Kids talking about what happened, something scary happens. You know, that was kind of like...
It's nothing groundbreaking. It's nothing new. You know, it's been done, like we've said. You know, it's kind of just like Stranger Things, except in with a demon entity and taking place in the 60s. And but it's the type of show that like I can sit through it. You know, I can watch an episode from beginning to end and enjoy certain elements of it.
There's a couple things I didn't like. I didn't like that. It feels like some of the stuff is just like done for shock value. The whole scene, the car giving birth to the demon.
Yes,
even
there was no need to have that.
Some of the stuff is like
the 2 births. They had 2, and then they had another birth scene in episode 2.
Exactly. That it was like
for
shock value. The things I did like though is like in the
Flash. That's why.
Damn. in the pilot, the Flash though had the best scene of a literal baby shower. All right, it had like
oh my god, yeah, the slow motion thing when he's saving all the babies.
But no, but that was like a literal baby shower, which was pretty funny.
Yeah.
One thing I did like though is they killed off the main characters that you thought were going to be the main characters in the pilot, and I also love this military element where it's like they're trying to utilize this fear factor as a weapon. They're trying to weaponize this factor, and they're looking for its source of origin. And this guy, the soldier who has the shining, he has the shine.
Oh, that guy, yeah, he has the shine. So he's the guy from The Shining.
Yeah.
Well, the character anyway.
Which I just started watching Dr. Sleep, by the way. I've never seen that movie, and I always wanted to see it. I just never had an opportunity to watch it. So I just started watching it. But anyway,
Pretty good.
it reminded me of that. So that guy has a shine. So the shine is leading him to this source of evil.
Yeah,
You're
but
talking
is it
about
like
the guy that the military is using to like try to capture the entity or communicate with it or something?
Find the entity. Yep.
they're trying to
Okay.
find it, right? That's what
Yep.
they're trying to find.
Yes. And it's a little confusing because up until the end of episode 3, where they kind of like see an image of a clown, you haven't seen anything to do with the clown yet. It's just been, that was one of my complaints, that it was like these other like entities and like monsters or like, you know, spirits.
that's
And
him.
I'm like, where's the actual clown? I want to see the clown.
He's when you see the 2 glowing eyes, that's him.
Yeah, he's
Like,
manifesting. Like this is how he transitions into the clown, where he grabs that as like his character.
Yeah,
He didn't
so
start that way.
all those instances are him, just in various.
I get it. I just mean they haven't shown the image of the clown, and we're already 3 episodes in, and that's what, like, you know, that's what it is known
I'm
for.
okay with that. I'm actually not mad at that because I know what the clown looks like. You know, I've seen the clown a lot.
You just don't want to see a clown. You're scared, man.
I am scared. Yo, this show
They're gonna save it. It's gonna be like a gruesome looking clown.
I think it's their clever way of not being able to get Bill Skarsgård, and they're only gonna they're gonna utilize him very, like, they only had him for a certain period of time, and I think this is just the origin story of how it chose to be the clown. You know what I mean? It tries these different levels, little bat baby, creepy walking backwards man, and all these different things.
Baby thing. I hated
bat babies.
These
I
different.
just wanted to bat it out of
it.
the air. I wish someone would have grabbed the bat and just like.
That was a tough scene to sit through because it was just so loud and so chaotic and just insane. I liked it. I thought it was cool though. Yeah, just to go back on this, man, I'm not sure I need an It origin story. And something that kind of irks me a little bit is the film or the story is like about these kids, and then they sort of look back on the past and, you know, 30 or so years ago, this incident happened where this clown came in, and then everyone kind of forgot about it because that's like one of the things about Derry's, kind of forget about it. But this show is doing the same. It's going back in time to look at the previous generation too. And I'm like, well, are we going to get a spinoff about that generation next? Like, what are we doing here? You know, so
back to the 1930s with the kid in the carnival.
Yeah, they go back in 1908, I think that was, or something. And I'm like,
yeah, 1908, yeah.
So how many? And then I just want to stay on one timeline.
It's like 1908. It was already there, so you got to go further back than that. Then, right?
Yeah.
Like, how far back are we gonna go?
Yeah.
Well, I guess we'll just have to wait for answers, guys. And then 8 episodes in, they're just gonna give you a cliffhanger and tell you tune in for season 2.
I don't know if I love this. Pluribus, I'm definitely going to stay on. I don't know if I'm going to stay with this one.
I'm staying with it. I would say, Paul, watch episode 3 if you haven't. And again, I'm like contradicting myself because I don't like where this is going, where they have like, it is all about like your fears and taking advantage of that. And then they have like the hero here who like has a piece of his brain missing, so he doesn't experience fear, and like they're clearly on a collision course. And then you have the history of it.
Who doesn't have fear?
Well, the main character, the major, the pilot.
You got to watch they explain it in the 3rd episode.
Well, they explain it in the 1st or 2nd episode.
I don't remember that part. Leroy, he has no fear.
He doesn't experience fear.
He's one that got jumped.
That's why
barracks.
he's such a high. Yeah, that's why he's such a high-ranking member of the military. You know, bravery, and he just.
Yeah, apparently, like when he was, I think, in Korea or something, like, you know, he had an accident, and the reason he got jumped was so they could test his fear, and he showed he had no fear. So that's why he passed the test, and that's why they told him about what their mission is.
Oh wow, I missed that part. Okay. I didn't know that. Oh wow, that's okay. So
I do like the parallel.
I
do like the parallel storytelling. You know, the kids having their experience, and then the military trying to find out what the hell it is, and this thing being like physically buried deep in the ground in Derry is what's harnessing all this stuff to happen in this town. The fact that it's there, they're like physically digging into it. It's not like it's in the air or in another dimension, right? It's like it's in the town, you know?
Yeah. There
And you
was
can see. Oh, sorry.
no, I was just gonna say, there was a line where they mentioned like breaking these beacons or finding these beacons, and that kind of made me think of the Dark Tower, where they have these beams which are very relevant to the story, and they all point to the Dark Tower. So it just got me thinking, like, okay, is this like the books where it exists in the same world as the Dark Tower series? And could this ultimately do like a spin-off like Peacemaker did, where they tell the It story, and then season 3 or 4, now it's like a Dark Tower story or another story of Stephen King's universe? Like, I would be pumped if they did something like that.
But is it officially unofficial that the Stephen King universe all takes place in Derry?
It doesn't all take place in Derry, but it's all in one universe. Yeah.
Yeah.
Paul?
No, I lost
Paul's
my
like
train of
watching
thought.
episode 3 right now,
I think
trying to get answers.
I mean all
He
his
has no
books
fear.
all his books are like linked together one way or another. I didn't know that. I'm interested to see how that plays out. I'm actually more interested in the military aspect than I am with the kids.
Yeah, I'm gonna stick with it, man. It's got enough there to pique my curiosity and want to know more about this origin. And then I'll probably go back and watch like the OG movie after this and compare the movies after I watch the season of the show.
Yeah, that's a good call. Yeah, I when you get into like one of these little like worlds like Predator or Alien or It or whatever, you feel like you watch a little bit of it and you're like, man, I need more of this. Did they make a movie about this 30 years ago? Let me go check that out. I get into that.
Real quick, just to backtrack on Pluribus, something popped into my head that I was thinking about, and I wanted to ask you guys.
Somebody from the Hive Mind just
Yeah, like I just thought
just beamed in.
Did you realize that they sure they all share a collective knowledge of everything, right? So they have answers to everything. Did you like see they don't? Do you think they have creativity? Can they create things now? Like, can they create art? Can they create?
I think their intelligence is limited to the collective intelligence. I think
it's like AI. It's exactly like AI then.
It's like AI. Yeah, it's basically better than AI because AI is still trying to study everything, and this guy's already studied it. They already know everything, basically. I think it's like, yes, they have the answers for everything, but I think emotionally there can still be a lot of conflict with the hive mind, because that's what I think that's going to be somewhat of the gray area of the show and some of the complex questions where they come from.
But I was wondering, like, creativity wise, like because like even the dinner that they made for the guy was based on a recipe from his grandmother. So they just copy and mimic everything. They don't create anything originally on their own.
I think when they're with the humans, the normal people, they try to appease them. And I think when he said, this is just like how my grandmother made it, yeah, it was for him. Someone else was like, this is the best whatever I ever had in my life. But I think when they're solo, that's the question. Like, what are they up to? What are they up to? We don't know. They're freeing animals from the zoo.
It just popped in my head, and I was like, I wanted to see what you guys thought, if there was any like.
Can I just real quick? I just want to recommend a show on Max called Haha You Clowns. It's like a 12-minute episode animated show about family and just like feel good stuff, man. It's just
Wait,
like,
is this the dad with the two brothers?
Yeah, dad with the 3 sons.
Wait, did you mention this before?
I mentioned this before. It's like it's such a stark contrast from everything else on television. I recommend everybody watch it. It's like a nice 10 minutes of your life. It's a really nice show, and it's a little weird, but it's super wholesome. Like,
I hate the animation.
The animation is crazy,
so
right?
horrible. I like squished in face. It's so weird. Oh, it's
Yeah.
off.
Watch this. The second episode is a tearjerker, man.
All right, haha, you clowns. Yeah,
It's
I did
one-
see the trailer of this. I think it was after you mentioned it. I checked the trailer out.
Yeah, it's dope. It's like in one of those like Adult Swim, anime shows. ¿Qué más?
Oh, one last thing. I did see. I was so happy to finally go see it. 40th anniversary of Back to the Future. They were playing it in theaters, and it was so cool.
Oh.
Such a great movie.
Yeah,
It
that's
was so cool to see it in theater. I saw it at the Palisade Mall. It was pretty dope.
AMC.
Yeah.
Yeah, AMC got those. They always have the anniversary edition movie now, and I love that too. So, all right, we'll call it. Let's call it a night. Trying to think of what we might watch next week. We're definitely going to jump on Pluribus and Derry. We'll keep watching those. I'm not sure if anything else is coming out. I'll give you guys my thoughts on The Running Man. I'm seeing that Friday. Paul, what are you seeing?
I got my tickets for Running Man on Thursday. So
Oh,
see that.
sick. Okay.
So we'll
Big
see.
movie, man. I think it's going to be a big hit. Just
Pedro.
like Predators was a sleeper. It's doing great.
Predators was a sleeper. I'm still convinced it's trash, even though everyone whose opinion I agree with tell me it's good. So I
What?
don't know.
Predators Badland?
Yeah,
The highest grossing Predators movie ever.
Yeah,
I know. But I watched the
It's
trailer
this
and
is
I'm
the
like,
trend. This is the trend now. It's like something that you don't take too seriously. Like people just jump on. So
My only qualms, like I said about it, was that like you got empathy for the Predator, and so how are you going to do the next movie where he's the villain? Like they can't just let bad guys be bad guys. You got to be sympathetic to him now.
Pedro, I know you got to hop. Paul, just answer me this. Do they speak English in the movie or is it all subtitled?
They speak English, but they do it in a they explain it off like real quick in a second, in like a sentence. He speaks his own language the whole time.
Okay.
But they do it in a way where you don't have to read subtitles the whole time, like just his part.
Gotcha. Okay. All right, guys. We'll see you next week. Peace.